All right, let's move over to our next guest here on FT Live. We are excited to bring on Michael Wacha for the first time on Foul Territory. Michael, how you doing, man? You recognize this dude next to me?
Doing well, guys. Thanks for having me. And oh yeah, it's the old teammate there. What's up, AJ?
Walkie, what's going on, dude? I mean, forget baseball. How's the golf game? Forget baseball. Let's get into golf because Scott hates when we don't talk baseball.
So no, it's not even about that. I just want to know what AJ taught you on the Cardinals.
No, he was my mentor.
What you taught AJ?
Learned a lot from AJ for sure. But no, the golf game's getting out there here and there during the season, trying to find off days to hit some of these nice courses. But yeah, got out there yesterday at Olympic Club, shot a little 84 out there in the fog, but it was a good time for sure. But yeah, other than that,
humble brag. Oh, the Olympic Club, it's 84.
Were you from the Blacks? Did you play from the championship tees?
No, we did not. No, we had a couple short knockers out there with us, so we had to move up.
Did you go with some retired guys?
Did you go with Snell?
No, did not go. Snell probably plays a little closer than that as well, but no, I went out with a couple guys from my agency.
Oh, so no teammates can keep up with you then. I get it. It's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Olympic.
No, I was just not pitching yesterday, so everyone else was playing. So,
life of a pitcher, Scott.
Also, I mean, I would need 5 hours with your agency because can you explain? Are you on the pods next season? When your contract was signed? There was so much shit to read. I was like, I don't know. I just know he's pitching for them this year, and then I'll worry about it in the wintertime.
Yeah, no, it's a crazy kind of contract for sure. A lot of options in there. It was a weird offseason this past year. It took a while to, kind of get some interest from some teams and, kind of went down to 2-3 days before spring training even, we reported. And so ended up getting into finding a contract with the Padres and was able to work out a deal and, was able to report there. And I feel like it was a contract that gave me some flexibility as well as also, gave me a little bit of something on the backside if something did happen go wrong and stuff. So, after the season, definitely some decisions to be made, and we'll kind of go from there whenever time comes.
I'll put this kindly, but were you pissed that it took so long to get more interest in the off season? Because we watched you last year. You were pretty damn good, and you've essentially done that again this season. But ERA plus last year, 125. That's pretty damn good for Boston in the AL East.
You try to not take things too personal in this game, and everyone's kind of got their opinions on what kind of pitcher you are and stuff. So I just try to focus on what I know I can do out there on the mound whenever I am out there, and whatever team I'm with, they're going to get a competitor that goes out there and knows how to pitch and get dubs for the squad.
How'd you feel about Waino's finally getting his 200th win? Did you text him and say, geez, we watched the last 16 games to try to get you to 199? Or were you like, oh, great job, Waino, you are my hero, all that stuff? Or did you give him a little bit of a hard time for taking so
long? I sent him a nice congratulatory text, but then, they just came to San Diego this past week, so definitely had to rag on him a little bit whenever he was in town and, kind of humble him a little bit because he was feeling pretty high about it for sure. But no, I was proud that he was able to get it the way he did it as well. And, definitely pumped for that guy.
No, wait, no, you guys, Scott didn't know this, that we played together in St. Louis. So Scott is a bad teammate.
I forgot that AJ starred on the Cardinals.
Wacha was a great teammate, Scott. You can learn some stuff from Michael. Okay?
I'm all ears, baby.
But when he came up, I want to know this because you came up, and I've never talked to you about this, but you came up in 2013 and were like a superstar, right? You had the great year, you guys losing the World Series to the Red Sox. I come in 2014. You were injured kind of down the stretch, came back for us in the playoffs. You had to think, I'm going to be Adam Wainwright. I'm going to pitch for the Cardinals for the rest of my career. And then you've kind of bounced around. Did you ever think you would move around? Because as a player, you think, I'm going to be one team my whole life. But for you, the way it all started, man, it had to be like, I'm a Cardinal for life. I'm going to put the red jacket on, 20 years from now, be in the Hall of Fame. Like, I don't know, because you were such a beloved figure even when I was there.
I think you're right. As a rookie, you get called up. That's your team that drafted you. That's the team that, they're invested in you. And you pitch there and you have success there for, multiple years. And, you kind of don't envision yourself anywhere else at the time. And, as the years went on, guys are getting extended, guys are getting, the contracts and everything. And, just they never really wanted me to, stay there long term, it seemed like. And so, you kind of take the hint and you find out, okay, there is a business side to this game. And, there are, multiple other teams out there that will want you. And, you go out there and, it was a little weird putting on that Mets uniform in 2020. I can't admit, after putting on that Cardinals uniform for 6-7 years there. And, but, you kind of just get used to it and understand, hey, this is the business side of it. And, there's multiple teams that you can go out there and pitch for.
When did you feel like you were like, because I had texted you about coming on about celebrating your 10 years of service, which is unbelievable. Anytime somebody gets that, I think it should be celebrated like a boss. When did you realize that you were going to be like, okay, I feel better now that I'm going to get my 10 years? Because I'm sure there's times when you're like, am I going to get 10 years?
No, I mean, yeah, like you said, it's always a dream whenever you get into the league. You see guys, hey, let me get another day in the league. Let me get a full year in the league. Let me get to arbitration. Let me get to let me get to free agency, and then hey, let me get to 10 years. And it was always those stepping stones that you try not to look too far ahead, but there's something that you're always working for. And with some of my injuries at times, it's like, hey, this might be a little tough getting back out there. A little bit different pitcher now. And but you, as a competitor, you find ways to get the job done. I guess you go out there and compete, and go out there and work with what you got and mix well, and continue to keep working on your craft. And next thing you know, you got another couple years in the league, and you're hitting 10 years, and it's an incredible accomplishment for sure. I'm very proud of that. A lot of people to thank for sure for getting me to this position I'm in, and just extremely grateful for all.
You're welcome. You're welcome,
yeah.
Michael.
I think it was that second half of 2014.
Really put you over the top. Put you over the top.
Don't pander to him. He has no clout here. Don't pander to him. You can say exactly what you feel. This is what the show's about. Say exactly how you feel about AJ, and you were probably like, he was a real jerk to me because I was a rookie.
Well, he was not a rookie.
Okay, second year guy.
Yeah, no, I was still a rook for sure, considered. In that 2014 for sure. But no, AJ was great. He was always cracking jokes. I saw you tell the John Jay story the other day, and brought back some really good memories. And no, it was funny. I thought of an AJ story. So earlier in the year, we traded for John Lackey, and Lackey's coming over, and he had number 41. But Pat Neshek was an all-star that year, and so he wanted Pat Neshek's number 41. And so he's like, hey, what can I do to get that? And Neshek's like, I don't really like watches. Could there be something else? And Lack's like, yeah, find something that you like for whatever amount of money or whatever. And so Neshek comes back with a Babe Ruth signed baseball. And Lackey's like, yeah, sure, we'll get it for you. And sure enough, we get AJ later on in the year, and he's coming over with number 35, and he wants to wear 35, but Greg Garcia is on our team, and we're all like, dude, hey, I'm a rookie with Greg. We're all talking. We're like, dude, what's he gonna get you for taking number 35? AJ, everyone's pressing AJ. AJ goes, whenever you got more years than the guy has days in the league, you just take that.
Wow, you got nothing. That is
so not
classic.
true. That is not true. First of all, Walker's a little confused because I was there before Lackey, because I was there when they traded Lackey for Joe Kelly. And I remember I told the story. I was on the training table in San Diego, and Joe Kelly's like, man, am I going to get traded? And I'm on the phone with my agent, who has the same agent as Lackey. And he's like, Lackey's coming tomorrow. Don't tell anybody. And I'm like, well, who for? And he's like, Joe Kelly. And I'm like, oh, shit, he's next to me. I better be quiet. And he's literally behind me. Because remember in San Diego, everyone was pissed because they didn't tell him. And Alan Craig and Joe Kelly found out on the ticker on MLB Network and were pissed, right? So then Lackey comes over. And actually, I was 35 when I didn't even let me pick my number, which I was kind of pissed at Rip about, the Clubhouse guy. They just gave me 35, and I was like, okay, whatever. But then Greg Garcia comes up, he's 12, and I'm like, I went to Rip, the Clubhouse guy, I go, I want 12. And he goes, we're going to have to buy all the 35 Przinski jerseys we're printing and selling in the Busch Stadium. I go, okay, so I'll give you a check for $12. There's fucking nobody buying that thing, right? So I gave Greg Garcia, because at the time, like Clash of Clans and all these apps were cool, like with Nishak and all that. I got him $1,000 Apple gift card, dude.
Okay,
so
okay.
Scott.
That's how I remember
$1,000 Apple.
Yeah, that's iTunes.
Michael, come on. What is more, a Babe Ruth sign ball or a iTunes $1,000 gift card?
Hey, what do you think meant more to Pat Neshek?
Yeah.
What meant more to Greg Garcia though? He didn't even know who Babe Ruth was. He just wanted to play his Apple Tunes card, his iTunes cards.
That is
very
tragic.
defensive right now.
Yeah,
Michael.
because I pay my debts. Damn it. I paid it. Like I said, I should have just done it. I should have just taken that bitch and been like,
no, nobody does that, guys.
No, guys do it.
Guys do it. Trust me.
Really? Guys do it.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Cheap guys. Yeah. Cheap guys. Short arms.
Cheap.
Short arms. Waka, he ever buy you a dinner?
I wouldn't. It wasn't worth. Dude, it was like there was like 3 weeks left in the season. I wasn't getting him a Rolex for 3 weeks. I mean, if it was like for a year, yeah. But 3 weeks, I'm like, dude, he got called up in September. I didn't even know 12 was an option. I would have taken it while he was still down in the bushes with Kratz.
Anytime AJ gives us a hard time, we're calling Wacha to come on and give us more AJ dirt from the Cardinals so we can give it right back to him. This is good shit.
Wacha, hey, I got a question for you. You're talking about competing. Blake Snell, what's it like watching this every single day? And is there any chance that anybody else should get a vote in the Cy Young than him?
It's been an amazing year watching him, take the ball every 5-6 days, man. It has been incredible to watch. And to answer your question right away, no, I think he's a lock. I think he definitely deserves it. The way he started, little rough start, but talking to him early on in the season, he was very confident. He was very confident himself that he knew that he was going to be able, turn it on and get this thing rolling. And man, did he ever? I mean, that stretch that he went on from probably middle of May till the end of the year. He wasn't even an all-star, which was crazy to begin with. But I think he kind of took that to heart and did not give up anything for the rest of the year. It was very impressive watching him pitch. As consistent as he could be, I feel like, with his fastball, curveball, his nasty changeup that he started throwing more this year, and then that back foot slider that he would throw to some of those righties. Just an incredible mix, and I would say he walks a little more guys than I can, just because he's able to go out there and punch out anybody he wants. So, it's an interesting way he goes about it. Kind of gets his pitch count up there a little bit. But, man, he's able to pitch out of jams, get the punch out whenever needed, and gives us a chance to win a ball game every single time he takes the mound.
Walk, you were in Tampa, and Blake Snell obviously won a Cy Young in Tampa. What the heck is in the water in Tampa? What do they teach guys? What did you learn while you were there? Because every guy that goes there just goes again, whether it's a resurrection or they're coming up from the minor leagues, they just take off. So what does Tampa teach? And give us their secrets.
Yeah, no, I played in Tampa in 2021, and definitely learned a lot that year. They kind of opened up my eyes more to like the analytical side of side of baseball. Didn't really have much of that coming up in the Cardinals organization, and then kind of that 2020 year in the Mets, kind of never really able to dive into it too much, but really introduced to it in 2021, and working with Kyle Snyder over there, pitching coach, was amazing. He's got the ability to, see a pitcher and be able to make adjustments. And it's all tailored to you too. It's not just the same stuff that he would say to me that he would say to Rich Hill or to Kittredge or to McClanahan. It was all tailored to us that would help us be able to get our game to another level. And they're able to identify, obviously able to identify what pitches are elite. And, for a lot of guys, they tell them to throw it more. It's as easy as that. But it's also making adjustments, in bullpens and things like that to be able to take it into the game to be more effective. And I would say Snyder, he's got a great ability of making you feel like, as his saying that he always says, making you feel like you're 10 feet tall on the mound. And that's a great feeling whenever you're out there.
You said no analytics for the Cardinals. Do you feel like that could be part of the reason why they've had kind of a steep decline this season? Like getting behind they're behind. They're behind. They're years behind. If you're saying they don't have an analytic department, that's as good as the Rays.
So I think whenever I was with the Cardinals, I don't think it was as big of a thing. I'm sure that they've got an analytical department now, in the 4 or 5 years that I haven't been there. But as far as I can only speak on my time there, and it was more of a old school approach for sure.
Michael, obviously it was a disappointing season for the Padres. Specifically, I wanted to ask about one-run games and extra inning games. Like the other day, you lost one more extra inning game. Are you guys like, what the fuck? Like, obviously, it's a super talented team. That is just an epic record in those spots. And you look and you're like, there's talent on the field. It's not like anyone's looking at Bob Melvin saying, oh, this is a bad in-game manager. He was like Mr. Walk-Off manager with the A's for years. So what do you guys say? Is it like a joke at this point because you just can't buy an extra inning win and some of those late and close situations that would have gotten you guys over the top?
Man, it is very frustrating, man. I mean, it's hard to believe, looking at those records and those one-run games, the extra inning games. It's really hard to believe, and those games are freaking like gut punches too. Like we are in it, like we are right there. We're a ball bouncing, a certain way from winning that game, and then it doesn't go our way, and we're walking home, with our freaking face punched in. And, it's a bad feeling, and, it's hard to get on a roll. Those are the games where, hey, we blow out somebody, and then the next game, it's going to be a tight game. And, those are the games that kind of get you on a roll. And, those games never went our way. I feel like it was just, some of the craziest stuff happening to us this year where, balls landing on the lines, balls going just foul, balls hitting the umpire from keeping us from scoring, and umpires keeping it in play. It's like, man, this is wild. It's something that I've never seen, something that I've never seen in any of my years, and the teams that I've played with. I'm sure it's happened with other teams, but never from my experience. And, it's definitely frustrating. And, I feel like this team is very talented, like you said, and it was just, we never were able to find that way to win a ball game in those tight situations and extra innings. And, if we went 500 or even 300, we're in a different spot right now. And, we might be on the inside looking a different way.
All right. I have no idea how to read your contract, just like Scott said. So I'm just going to guess. Okay, that I want this answer to be answered as 2024 Michael Wacha. If you're there, if you're a Padre, which again I have no idea, player option, team option, 2 years simultaneously declined. Like, do you guys flip a coin? Do you guys flip a coin and then slap each other in the face, and whoever gets the coin, I don't know how it's going to work out. But let's say 2024 Wacha is not on the Padres. Is the same answer of how good you think this team will be next year the same as 2024 Wacha, who re-signs or accepts his player option? Is it the same answer?
Oh, hey, this team's going to be really good, man. I'm telling you, like, we're starting to see like a little glimpse of it this past 2 weeks where we kind of started meshing as a team where everything was kind of clicking and we started winning games, winning some close games. And, you could see the kind of the atmosphere in the clubhouse and the dugout was like, hey, this team could get on a roll here. And obviously there was only 2 weeks left in the season. It was a little late for that. But, I feel like those kind of things can roll over into the offseason and give you hope and give you some motivation and rolling into spring training the next year. And I feel like this team is very talented. Guys will have bounce back years. A lot of guys had really good years this year as well. But I really do believe that this Padres team has a chance to be really special again next year.
Max Kepler said it about the Twins. He said in the first half, things just weren't really meshing. We didn't really come together as a clubhouse. What does that mean? What does that mean for the Padres that was it just the winning? Was it, oh, wow, we've scored more runs than the other team. Now we love each other. Or was there something else that like kicked it in gear and then you started winning?
Yeah, whenever I say mesh, I don't mean like us as players. Like, we mesh from day one. We've got a great clubhouse. We all get along. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun on and off the field. But whenever I say mesh, I mean like, hey, our offense is raking today, but our starting pitchers gave it up. Early on, we're out. Our pitchers are on and our offense isn't scoring runs, or, both of starting pitchers and hitters are hitting, and, our bullpen doesn't have a good game that day. And, just kind of meshing that way, everything not kind of clicking that way. And, I feel like that kind of hurt us throughout the year.
Yeah.
I've got one more on your Padres experience. How was the year with the fan base? Because obviously it's not working out here at the end to make the postseason, but attendance is high. I've been out there for a couple games. Like, it is an event. I think actually it is what, we're in Orlando, the Rays strive to have in the Tampa St. Pete area, because Lightning games, and it's not like Florida's a hockey state, but Lightning games are a vibe. It's an event. Now that has become the Padres in my mind. It doesn't hurt that there's no other pro teams there, but what was your experience like? You bounced around to some teams. Like, what did you experience there in terms of how those games are and how the town looks at baseball?
It's an amazing atmosphere, man. I didn't know really what to expect coming in. I mean, last year during the postseason, watching those games, it was absolutely crazy. Seeing the kind of cameras shaking on TV is like, okay, that place is getting rowdy in there. And the San Diego fans are amazing. They really do support this team, and they've supported us all year. Just myself, I can only speak on myself. Really, just walking around town and seeing all the Padres gear, and they're all wishing you good luck and rooting you on. And that's what you want as a player. You want to pitch in front of a lot of people. You want them to kind of provide that home field advantage for you. And I kind of feel like they did that with how they showed up. They supported us all year, and that's all you can ask for as a player, is to get that support from those guys and to continue rooting us on through everything that's going on.
Hey, who's the guy behind you in the mirror?
What, are you trying to mess with me?
You don't see him?
Oh, I mean, he's
been there the whole time. You haven't seen him?
Oh, what's that?
Yeah. Our director, Michael, our director's like, I keep getting thrown off because I look and I'm like, who is that behind him?
There we go.
It's just like Michael Jackson said, you got to
I
look
couldn't
at the
see it.
man in the mirror.
Y'all's thumbnail is down in the right-hand corner, so I couldn't really see it. But
Oh, it was great. All right, before we let you go, I have to ask this because it'll make Scott really angry. Are you there for the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce stuff or what? Dude, you used to wear sequins out in Ballpark Village, so don't say you're not a Swiftie.
No, hey, I will tell you this. So after my last start on, I pitched last Sunday, and first thing I do, I go out in the tunnel, see my family, and my wife. First thing she says, not, hey, good start or anything. It's Taylor Swift's at the Kansas City game. I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? So definitely in our family, there's definitely some people more excited than others, but no, it's I think it's funny. I don't know, maybe publicity stunt or not, but maybe it is true love. You never know.
Yeah, I hope. We can all just hope. We can all just root for it. Otherwise, it'll be a smash hit song in about a year. Michael, yeah, right? Awesome having you on, dude. Enjoy the last few days here, and we'll talk to you in the off season when we can really explain that contract.
Dude, they Rochambeau.
Yeah. Once you guys smack each other in the face and land on the ground.
Do we Rochambeau if he stays or not?
We're gonna do a 2-hour special on Wacha's contract. But actually, props to the agency. They did a great job. So we'll talk to you in the off season, though. Great to have you on.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.